And good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, May 6, 2021. This is Morning Joey. I'm your host, Joey Molinaro. Hope your day's off to a great start. Thursday's off to a great start. The sun is out and shining in New York City. Feeling good. Going to go to Central Park later today. Still need some recommendations for New York City Glazing 5 places. So if you have any, please send my way. I was looking at a few last night, but they seem to kind of be the chain type, and I don't want to get caught up in a stand situation like I did when I was in Chicago. So I want something local. I want something near and dear. I want something that isn't going to be just thrown together and kind of not fresh, and just I want a nice taste in my mouth, literally and figuratively, for the donuts in New York City while I'm here for the week. So if you have any, send them my way. That's coming up tomorrow. Also, I have a laundry list tomorrow that I'm really excited about. Me and Reegs were talking about it. A few of the coworkers went out last night to Factory 380. Shout out Scotty, Factory 380 off 3rd Avenue in downtown New York. Downtown New York. It's so lame of me to say. I guess it's Manhattan. I don't know. But we had a laundry list. He suggested it to me, and it's going to get contentious. But I'm really excited about that. For those watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. We continue to grow. Subscribers keep going up. That allows me to keep doing the show. Really, really appreciate it. Like the video while you're at it as well. Below the merchandise as well for Cup of Joey coffee mug, Super Menage, Steelers shirt. So get those while you're subscribing. Appreciate you guys waking up with me as always. We got a vent about the Pacers today. What did we talk about yesterday? Proving me right. Not even 12 hours later. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to Goga Bitadze and the absolute just shit show that was for the Indiana Pacers last night at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. We're going to talk about some sharks in the water. We're going to hit on another viral Sandler outfit. So thanks for being with me this morning. But first, I tweeted it out because I saw someone did a TikTok or an Instagram video, Instagram Reels about Band of Brothers, the cast, the movie that came out in like 2001. And they were going through and showing everybody then and now from 2001 to 2021. You had Jimmy Fallon, you had Michael Fassbender, you had the guy from Billions, you had James Michael McAvoy, loaded cast, Colin Hanks, loaded cast. And 20 years apart, like you would say, like you would imagine, there are a lot of changes. Jimmy Fallon looked like a baby in 2001. Now, he's grown up, put a little bit of man meat on him, man, not chub, but just like my dad always said, like dad strength, like grown man body strength. And that was the same for everybody, except for Neal McDonough. I think that's how you pronounce it. McDonough. I don't know. On the spot, give me a phonetic spelling. But this guy was the same picture in 2000. He might have been younger in 2000, or he might have been older in 2001 than he is now. It was the same damn picture. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I've seen this guy everywhere. He's on different commercials. He's in a whole lot of like random roles that I see. And he has looked the same in every single role that I've ever seen. And you know what? I looked him up. And here is his, like when you just Google this guy's name, Neal McDonough. When you just Google this dude's name, this is what shows up. Even this picture right here, they just dyed his hair. That's definitely from, a handful of years ago, but they just dyed his hair. Like you Google anybody else, there'll be a variety of different, Ben Affleck, him when he's like in Armageddon and Good Will Hunting, and he's coming up then, and then now where he's doing the smoking cigarette meme and he's looking down and out. Matt Damon, Adam Sandler, we'll talk about him later. Jimmy Fallon, This guy, you Google him, you keep going through every single picture, every row, it's all the same. Dude has looked like this since 1983. Like, wasn't even he was just like here. There was no birth process. There was no conceiving of Neal McDonough. It was just he was here. Like, either created in a lab or just dropped down by aliens or something. This dude was never, like, I don't think he has parents. And the fact that they're like, we need an actor to play a bunch of different roles and to always be kind of like the general or a doctor or a dad in movies and shows, and we need him now. And they came up with Neal McDonough. It looked like that since 1978. He's in Star Trek. I mean, look, like let's search some of these guys, right? Matt Damon, like I mentioned. You know, young Matt Damon and Ben Affleck here, all right, you know, and then okay, like, yeah, he's aged a little bit. He's getting a little bit of gray up there, getting a little bit of older weight in his face. See, here's young Matt Damon right there. And here's older Matt Damon, right? Makes sense. Neal McDonough? Nope. Here's young Neal McDonough, and here's old Neal McDonough. Somebody tweeted at me, though, and they were like, I forgot that this was the guy in Angels in the Outfield. In Angels in the Outfield, where he's a pitcher. And it's like, he sets and sets and sets again. And then Danny Glover's like, just throw the damn ball. Love Angels in the Outfield. He used to fall asleep to that movie every single night. I don't know why. It was just comforting, and I loved baseball. And there was angels, and it was like, oh, heaven is real. Really sad, though, in that movie, with the pitcher, the Tony Danza, he plays that pitcher, and then the Angels like, yeah, he's got like 5 months to live. Dude's pitching in like a wild card game. I was like, even when I was like 7 years old, I was like, damn, like, no earlier signs. That sucks. He sets and sets again. He's funny in that movie, man. He like slides out to the mound. It's about a Spanish guy. I think that's him. Yep. First thing comes up. There he is. Same picture, dude. Same guy. Oh, man. All right. Neal McDonough never ages. You get the picture. Talked about it yesterday. I came in hot yesterday. This was the main point of the show. The start of the show yesterday was the lack of interest around the Pacers, because the report had come out from Woj that Nate Bjorken was kind of under fire. Dude hasn't even finished his first season as head coach. Tensions in the locker room, tensions with the staff, not going well, doesn't know how to communicate. It's just not going well. It's a failed experiment. So we talked about it yesterday, how the Pacers are at the worst point you can be, the point where nobody gives a shit. No fans give a shit. The fucking players don't give a shit. The coaches are going at it, and then they prove it not even 12 hours later. They get their ass kicked at home by the Kings, who, sure, they got guys like Kyle Guy, my buddy, and De'Aaron Fox, you know, and they got players that are up and coming. But it's still the Kings. It's still at home. And if you're the Pacers, you're saying to yourself, well, we're in the 9th seed. We're right there on the cusp of a playoff spot. You come out, you lay an egg, and then you have a player that is still trying to prove himself, and Goga Batadze run his mouth on the court while he's on the court to a coach on the bench, tells him to sit the fuck down while you're getting your ass kicked. Then you have the whole scene. We'll get to it in a second. My point is the Pacers are dead. They're done. This experiment has failed. The Bjorken experiment, over. The whole building around Brogdon and Sabonis, probably over. It's just done. It's best if you just blow it up and start over. But again, like we talked about yesterday, ownership is not going to allow that. I guarantee you they won't allow that. Ownership would rather go 31-51 and have a hard-nosed team that hustles and is, full of Jakar Sampsons and TJ McConnells than just completely tank it, blow it up, be a shit show, and try to start from scratch there. I mean, just not even 12 hours later, right after I'm going off on them on the show, I write the blog saying they need to just write a blank check to Reggie Miller to have him come back and do, what Juwan Howard did with Michigan. Steve Kerr comes out of, he comes out of television and he takes over the Warriors. Granted, different situation, a lot different situation, way more talent. But the point still being that it's not that crazy anymore to just have somebody who isn't riding the bench as a coach and is full-in coach and gets their shot as a head coach. You just say, you know what? We need somebody to come in to take over this franchise, to take over this team, to make a difference. So I write that blog, and honestly, the feedback wasn't bad. I think thus further proving my point that Pacers fans are just fed up and they're done with the status quo. They're done with the current standing of the Pacers, the current team, the current regime, the current head coach, because it's not going anywhere, and it's not going anywhere for a while. So when you're at that point, if you're not going anywhere for a while, you might as well not be stuck in the fucking middle of the river. You might as well just sink. And my point about the Reggie, yes, I made it a point to single out Reggie Miller and say they need to go for him. And I think my points are valid. But it was more so just, it doesn't have to be him, but something drastic like that needs to be done. Something drastic like Reggie Miller, like a Jalen Rose. Some people throw out, Chris Mullin. I don't know about that, but something drastic needs to be done to get this just blasé, fair attitude that so many of us, myself included big time, have about this team. I mean, right now they're just there. They're just like another enterprise operating in downtown Indianapolis that people are like, oh, yeah, it's like, oh, that's Eli Lilly, and there's the Marriott, and, Prime 47, and here's Salesforce, and, oh, yeah, the Pacers are there, and it's just like another operating industry that people are just like, it's there. And you can't be that, man. Yeah, Goga Batadze. I'll pull it up. It's from Tony East, covers the Pacers. So Greg Foster, assistant coach, and Goga Batadze get into it. They get into it. Let's watch it.
Looks like the Pacers might be in a little bit of a zone, and that's going to be a foul against Indiana.
Good job by the Kings to show some patience.
So Foster starts giving it to Batadze.
Recognition as Coach Bjorken is incensed about something there. Actually, the entire staff is. That looks like you can't tell with the mask. Is that Coach Foster? That's Greg Foster.
Oh, he's talking to one of the players. Batadze.
Feelings a little bit frayed on the edges.
You're down. You're down
by
fucking
21 tonight.
21.
That's the best time to get at them.
Yes.
By the way, just in case you're asking.
Scored 59
When they
points
start
with
arguing
2:26
amongst
left in the
themselves,
third.
That's it.
I mean, look at fucking
This is not
poor
a great
Caris
look right
LeVert
now
over
for a
here.
team that
What shit show did I get traded
is in a
into?
little bit of a tailspin. And Bjorkgren having a little conversation with his big man right there. And Greg Foster still hot. Contentious. You see Calbert Chaney right there. I believe that's Calbert under the mask, an assistant coach helping to calm him down a little bit. Yeah. Looks like the Pacers might be in a little bit.
So before that, what happened, and I'm sure you've seen, but before that, Goga didn't contest a shot. Foster was getting into him. Goes down to the other end. Goga hits a three. Then on the way back down to the defensive end, Goga looks over and they get it on camera, and he says over to the bench, apparently Foster, sit the fuck down. No shit. Foster is going to be mad about that. And rightfully so. You know, I know that the NBA is a players' league, and that's, you know, widely known and accepted. But even with that, I think there's a line, and I think that there's especially a line for a guy like Goga Bitadze. You know? LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Devin Booker, you know, guys like that want to say something, you know, maybe an Embiid, Jason Tatum. If guys like that, maybe, you know, they can get away with saying that to a coach. Goga Bitadze? No. We still don't even know what you are, Goga. Still don't even know what Goga is, and then he's out here telling coaches to sit the fuck down. You know, like, like my place of employment. Maybe Big Cat, PFT, KFC. Somebody like that could go toe-to-toe with Dave and get away with saying something like that. Me? No. I can't do it. There's certain people that have different rules, and there's certain people who have done enough to where they can get away with certain things, and Goga Bitadze is not one of those guys. Just like where I currently sit and am working, Dave says something to me, I couldn't snap back with, hey, sit the fuck down, fuck you. You got to understand that. So I don't know what Goga thought that was, but yeah, you say you fuck with Goga now. I mean, yeah, maybe stay healthy and fucking play well for more than 6 minutes, and then I'd be all right with it. I don't know, man. But the point still remaining that the Pacers are an absolute shit show. They're going nowhere. They're dead in the water. There's nothing to look forward to. There's no hope. You got everybody injured. You got nobody liking the coach. You got the coach not liking anybody. You got that shit show that happened last night. Something drastic needs to happen. Something different and big needs to happen. And it needs to happen quickly. Because right now, as it currently sits, they're just another fucking enterprise downtown. And nobody gives a shit. Cubs looked good last night. They walk it off. What a wild game that was, man. Holy cow. I'm sitting there watching it. I get back from the factory and I throw it on because I see that it's, I wanted to watch it. They were watching hockey at the bar. And I throw it on and damn, it's everything is back and forth. I thought Jock Peterson walked it off. Yeah, it was weird. It was like when he hit it, I was like, he didn't get all of that, did he? But then the way he reacted, I was like, well, he must have. And then he didn't. And then he did not. And, so then he went into extras, went into the 11th. You had fucking Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo taketh away and Anthony Rizzo giveth. I mean, the dude, I think unless he just forgot, but it didn't make sense. Like if he thought that there was 2 outs, then he just would have stepped on the bag. So, 10th inning, it's runners on first and third with 1 out. There's a ground ball hit right to him, and he was holding on the runner. And so it was like he was basically at the bag at first base. And instead of like just stepping over with his left foot and tapping first base and then throwing it over to Javi to get the tag and the double play, he just threw it straight to Javi. So I'm guessing that he was like, oh, all right, like I got it right here. I'll fire it over to Javi and then he'll fire it back to me. I'm guessing that had to have been the thought process. And so, of course, Javi puts the tag down because from his point of view, it looked like he probably touched the bag, could have touched the bag. And so the Dodgers went up by a run. And you're like, fuck, man, are we really going to lose off something like that? It's not like Anthony Rizzo at all. But then he comes up in the bottom of the 11th and he gets it done. And my guy Dom, he I think whenever you go to extra innings now in baseball, at first you're like I still forget that they always start with a runner on second until we get back to the action. And the broadcaster's like, all right, top of the 10th, runner on second, nobody out. Remember the extra inning rule. So I was like, fuck. They already start with somebody on second, nobody out? I'm like, that sucks, dude. Of course they're going to score. But then, like in a situation like last night, Dom says, hey, Dom Frederick, he's like, hey, I like the extra inning rules. If you can't score the runs you need to score in 9 innings, then you need to get the thing going. And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty fair way to look at it. And then last night, it makes it more interesting, because you got the better chance to score. But then if you're the home team, then you're like, all right, even if they do score just a run, you feel all right about it because you already got a runner in scoring position. It just makes it more interesting, It makes it to where you can invest more in it. And it makes it to where there's more action. Fucking Dave Roberts walks 2 guys in a row back to back because the Cubs had runners on second and third, and then they had a runner on third after they tied it up with 1 out. And so he walks the bases loaded. And Willie Contreras, it was a hard hit ball, but he hit a ground ball right to shortstop, turn a double play. It worked. Hey. But the Cubs are a game under 500, They're only 3 back in the NL Central. You got the Pirates coming in town this weekend. Got a day off today. Pirates coming in town. You have to feel good, hopefully, about going over 500. Now they're right in the thick of things, man. It's a long season. People will talk in the chat all the time. I'd have people who tweet me, Instagram me, fucking on the show every morning. Man, what's up with the Cubs? They're killing you. They're killing me. How are we going to get through this? And I've said every time, yes, in the down times, it can be frustrating. But the high times, like right now, this morning, waking up after sweeping the World Series champions, and not only sweeping them, but beating Kershaw, beating Bauer, and beating Buehler. You got to feel good. So savor it. Soak it up today. Enjoy it today like I'm going to enjoy it today. And then know you got a 3-game set with the Buccos coming into town, and you got to feel good about that as well. We could be sitting after Mother's Day. We could be sitting on Monday right near the top of the division, heading in the middle of May, feeling good. Bats are starting to wake up. The weather's getting warmer. Bats get warmer with them. That's like a common rule even back in Little League. Those April games, early May games, it was like, shit. But then once that sun started coming out, once the temperature started rising, it was like, yeah, boys, now we're ready to roll. Same things happen with the Cubs, man. Kershaw, Bauer, Buehler, bam, bam, bam. So you just got to keep riding. You got to keep riding. You can't be too high, can't be too low. That's what it is being a fan, especially a baseball fan. The NFL, your team drops 3 in a row. Okay. There's, especially in like October, cause for concern. College football, same thing. Panic can start to set in. Baseball, Cubs just got embarrassed by the Braves down in Atlanta in a 4-game series. They come back, they lose the series to Cincinnati as well, and then they sweep the Dodgers. That was shit last week. You're feeling good this week. You got to keep riding it into this weekend, and you can't hop off. Simple as that. I mean, tough to get Reggie out of that Wendy's. He loves it there. Yeah, but it was in Indy. I'm pretty sure that it was set in Indy because of March Madness. So if that's the case, then, just hop out, Reggie. You're right there, man. Yeah, Brennan. I mean, they have star players, So I said it yesterday, I said it today, I'll keep saying it. I think that you just, in a situation like this, especially in the NBA, you got to have the, what does that mean? Superman. Oh, okay. You got to have a direction. You can't just be aimlessly wandering in the middle. You either got to be fucking sinking or you got to be up on top riding the wave runner, the jet ski. And right now, the Pacers are just kind of listlessly floating. And that doesn't do it. So the Sandler outfit went viral yesterday, or the past couple days. If you haven't seen it, here it is. Share screen. Where is it? God dang it. There we go. Right in front of my face, of course. So this tweet went viral, me calling my mom after middle school basketball practice. And it's Sandman. And a classic Sandman outfit. I mean, it's amazing to me. And it's honestly, you love to see it in a way of Adam Sandler just being that big of a star and that successful. And just couldn't care less about the appearance to the outside world. And it's spot on, the tweet. It's December or January, and you're coming out of the gym, and it was hot as hell in the gym, and you're sweating, so you don't want to put on sweatpants. You just want to put on the minimum what you got to do. So you throw on your big coat, your big puffy jacket, and you go out there and you wait, and the steam's coming off you because you're sweating so much. And then your mom rolls up, and she's pissed because you weren't wearing sweatpants. Doesn't matter how big the jacket is, doesn't matter how big the coat is, how poofy it is, how you have your hood up, nothing. If you weren't wearing sweatpants, you were getting your ass chewed. What's funny is those shorts and like the shoes, like that. That's so middle school, That's such a middle school 06, 07 combination, for those out there. If you know, from the Sandman. But that was always an argument I had with my mom. Need to have your sweatpants. Where's your hat? I'm like, I have this huge coat. I'm warm. I'm walking out of the gym. It's too hot. I have this huge coat. I can put my hood up. That doesn't help. You're going to get sick. Give me these sweatpants and you don't ever wear them. And like they were always like the breakaway ones too. Like the snapped breakaway sweatpants. And so you'd get there to practice and you'd wear your sweats to practice because your mom would bitch at you enough and you didn't want to deal with it and you had more time to like prepare for it and you also weren't super hot and sweaty following your basketball practice, so you'd put them on. And then you get there and you kind of break them off and some of the buttons are all fucked up And, by the time you get to them, it's like you don't know which button is going to where after practice. You don't care. You're flustered. You just stuff them in your bag, and then you don't go out there with sweatpants on, and your mom's pissed. And if it was like dad picking you up, then you're like, oh, God, yes. Don't got to wear them. But then you'd be driving home, and you'd be like, "Now I need you to tell your mother that you had the sweatpants on when you were coming out. And you just took them off in the car, okay? I don't care. Hey, I don't care if you don't wear the sweatpants. I know it's hot. But your mother, she's going to blow her lid if she knows that you didn't wear any sweatpants out from practice. Don't need you getting sick. I don't care. I don't mind, okay? But I just need you to do this thing for me, okay, buddy?" And you're like, yeah, okay. You get back. You get back home, and your mom's like, "Where are your sweatpants?" And you're like, "I had them on. I took them off in the car. It was too hot." And dad comes in. He's like, hey. He had them on. Once he got in the car, he said, "It's too hot. Can I take them off?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Since you wore them out, you can take them off in the car." And your mom's like, "There, still wish you'd wear them." And then she turns her back, and your dad's just like, and then like she turns around too quick, and then you got to like straighten up. Good father-son bonding time there, man. Dude, the kids who didn't wear anything, the kids who just went out there in shorts and whatever they had and maybe like a hoodie, insane. Those kids drink at least like 3 Mountain Dews a day now. Probably still did then. That's probably why they didn't wear any of the warm shit, because they were just so jacked up and on energy just radiating throughout their body. Coffee's cold, yes. That's the bad part, is I get locked in and I get preparing for the show and the coffee gets cold. All right. Yeah, that's right. Remove. All right. Well, the connection's getting all weird, so I'm going to try to figure this out. I'll be back tomorrow, Glazing 5. Appreciate you as always. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow live at 9.